It's a great day, but it's a sad day. It's a great day because playoff time is here.
Yes,
Excited
sir.
for the playoffs. Excited for the play-in that's continuing on. We're on Thursday evening as play-in games are continuing on. But you guys will be seeing this Friday morning and beyond, preparing for the playoffs. Excited to talk about all things going on with it. Real quick on the opposite side, it's a sad day. You can see RIP to the OG. Cant Spell Logan, that OG, man.
Okay.
Salute to the OG that went out the last episode. It's been 4 days now, so y'all, if y'all haven't seen Succession, that's on you. But yeah,
I know, no spoiler alert or nothing.
No warning, whatever. Sorry, oops. I saw it the day of, so catch up. Anyways, yeah, it definitely was a crazy moment. I had to watch the episode again. I was such in shock. But yeah, Succession was a great episode. Wild that things went down as it was. RIP to the OG. Excited to see how things spiral afterwards with that. But yeah, a mess there. But fun things here in the NBA as things go on. I'm here today to talk about our all NBA picks. The regular season is wrapped up. Beyond the play-in game, which is wrapping up tonight. As we record here Thursday, as I noted. Now it's time to talk about awards and things. We get ready for the playoffs. Who's going to be MVP and all that? We'll get into that later on. But for right now, the all NBA picks going to be heavily debated. We will make our picks as well. So I have a tier list I made yet again on Tier Maker. You can go on there as well. The link will be in the bio or in our bio here for you guys to make your own picks and things. But we definitely want to make our own first and let you guys decide on how this thing plays out. So a fun start to this week. I got a lot of fun episodes on the way. As we mentioned, our guy Vic is going to be on later on in the week to join us, talk about some more things with the Lakers and all of that, about the playoffs, our official playoff bracket and all that stuff. We're going to be predicting how these things play out in this first round and beyond. Yeah, just a whole lot of stuff going on that we're very excited to get into. So good stuff here. Always great to have Alec with me here. And excited to get going with the show. Make sure you like, rate, review, subscribe, comment, share, whatever, how you show love. Appreciate it all. And yeah, thank y'all. It's gonna be a fun episode. Let's get into it. So yeah, not here to waste any time. As you can see, the tier list has been made. We're very excited to get into this. As we did last year, we have the official first, second, and third team as the NBA does. And those will be the official picks. But as you see, there's a whole lot more names here than just 15. So for the extra guys, we'll put in the fourth team for the guys that are just outside of that third team. And then LOL, you thought for the guys that may have thought they would deserve to be all NBA, but we got to be real with them and be like, y'all were a little too far out for that consideration. So a lot of good options here, a lot of good names in here. I snuck a guy in here. I'll see when you catch that. As you look across the board.
I see you.
And yeah, excited to get into it. So let's not waste any time. Let's try to start in the middle. Let's start with the third team. If that makes sense. Does that make sense to you? So
yeah.
We want to start at the top and go down.
I feel like it makes more sense to either start bottom or top. So probably top.
Then no, let's start at the bottom then. Let's go straight to LOL you thought. And we'll end on the first team.
Okay, then. So this is guys I didn't even have on my list because I just did the three teams as normal.
We'll kind of skim through here as you see faces. Who you have on the far out section?
Far out.
I guess this is why I want to start with the third team, because if you start third,
that's true.
The third team set, and then you can either go up it or down from there. So
that's true. Yeah, I guess we could start with third because I already have a third team together.
Sure. So. Yeah, that makes more sense to me as well. Let's go ahead and start in the middle. Who you have for your third team? Sorry for the bounce around for the fans.
So at the guard spots, I got Ja Morant and Donovan Mitchell.
You got Ja making it?
I do. It seemed like just what I've been listening to on other podcasts and talking heads, people don't have Ja on there, but he played 60 games, I believe. He's at 26, 8, and 6. Like he's had a really great season, regardless of missing during the controversy. And then they're also at a 2 seed in the West, amongst a West that's been pretty hotly contested. So I gave him the nod there at the third team, and then Donovan Mitchell.
Now, and you put Donovan in there as well. I'm sure I have him in here. Where did I put him? Oh, okay, there he is. Too many places. All right, there's Donnie.
And then at the forward spots, I had Laurie, and I had Jaylen Brown.
I think that makes sense. I'm rolling for right now. Go ahead. Who's your last one?
And at center, I gave him more of the nod because of the winning aspect and his efficiency. I gave it to Sabonis. It was between Sabonis and AD for me.
Got it.
AD played like 20 less games. Sabonis played 79 games, so I gave him credit there too. AD the better individual player is AD, but I'm giving the nod to Sabonis. Yeah.
I think I'm good with this because I do like Ja. Also, quick note: they announced. I don't know if it goes into effect this year, but part of the rule change we talked about all the NBA rule changes a couple episodes ago. Right. They announced that all the NBA teams are going to be positionless going forward. I think it maybe starts next year.
They're all going to be positionless. I missed that.
Yeah, that was one of the rules that I saw that was added in. We missed that on the episode, but that was one of the newer rules that's going to be implemented going forward. So yeah, I think it was just going to be just the top 15 guys in the league, whoever they may be, that'll get these awards, which makes this very fun. But could make it harder for a guy like Sabonis to get in there. But for this year, even with that being the case potentially, I still think Sabonis deserves to be in here, as he was one of those sleeper MVP picks, with the Kings being a top 3 seed all year long. Having a great season that he did, playing damn near all year as well. So I'm cool with Sabonis. Jaylen Brown, I think, makes sense.
It was I have him at forward. It was tough between, and I guess this would kind of set up my fourth team.
A few guys that are around there, because even if I try to think slightly ahead, you have Giannis in the first team. You have guys like maybe KD in the second team.
I don't have KD on here.
Okay, then that's where I was thinking KD was somewhere around there, I thought. But
yeah, he didn't even play 50 games. That's the only reason I don't have him. If he plays 60 plus, he's probably first team. But
so 60 is your marker, and that's why Ja got in?
Yeah, Ja got in at 60.
How many games did D-Book play?
Ooh, how many games? Because I don't have D-Book on a team either.
Right.
Let's see. He played 53.
Yeah, that's pushing it. That's close. No. Okay, I think I'm cool with that. How many games did Jalen Brunson play?
He played 60 something, I believe. He was like left right off my third team too. I probably have Brunson and Fox as my fourth, actually.
Correct.
For guard spots. I don't know if you want to put him there. And then AD, like I said, it was between him and Sabonis for third. So the forwards. I think Jimmy Butler. I didn't have him on any of my top 3.
Jimmy's weird because he clearly turns a switch on in the playoffs.
But they might not make the playoffs.
Yeah, but just saying that he doesn't play as fully as he does in the playoffs during the regular season. But even with that being the case, I believe I saw he had his most efficient year this year, and still kind of willed that Heat team that minus him and Bam wouldn't have even been close to the playoffs had they not been there. So he still did put a whole lot on his shoulders. So I could understand that fourth team.
23, 6, and 5.
Right.
Right there, but yeah. And then there was another forward that I was just looking at that I thought should be there.
Julius, Jaren Jackson Jr.
I have Julius on one of my top 2 teams.
Top 2. I'm cool with that.
I think Kawhi is just off, or KD. Let's see how many games Kawhi played. Kawhi played 52. I think KD played like right around there too. Like less than 50 though, I think.
Right, he was out for a while.
Yeah, KD played 47 games. So I'd probably he was so efficient though.
Yeah, when he came
I'll
back,
probably I'll
still
probably give
was.
it to KD at the
Yeah,
last spot of the fourth team.
that's the hard part about that. It's like, yeah, these guys sat for 30 games. When they came back, they were top tier. So how
Yeah.
you adjust for that? So I'm cool with that. We can go ahead and move up now. So we have the
Okay.
third and fourth team done. For the second team, who do you have there?
Second team at guard, I have Luca. I have Dame.
Stop right there.
Okay.
How much should team success weigh into this?
It weighed into it for me why both of them aren't in consideration for first team, to be honest, because Luca was at like 32, 8, and 8. Like I think he was good enough to be first team. And Lillard was at like 32 and 7 himself, but they
Right.
didn't even make the playoffs. So neither of these teams made the playoffs. But they were both their game was good enough, both of them, to be on first team. So it did hit them for me.
So if you're first team talent but have fourth team results, that drops you in the
For me personally, it does. I don't know how you feel about it.
I think it should matter a little bit. So I'm cool with this. But I am interested to see how the real voters do pick that, because these guys did, as you pointed out, put up 30 plus and individually were very solid. So we'll see if they allow that team success with both these guys not making the playoffs.
Right.
To
They shut down Dame the last 2 weeks of the season, so
yeah,
that's kind of a hit too.
Luka in a way got shut down as well, so that could hold a little bit of weight also. So
Right.
yeah, we'll see how they do that. But for right now, for ours, I'm cool with this. I'm going from there. Who you got?
At the 2 forward spots, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this one, but he had an exceptional season. I got LeBron at one of them. He was
I
at
was curious about that.
29, 8, and 8. Like he quietly had another like statistical like MVP level season. He just didn't play enough for first team for me.
Sure.
I believe he played in the low 50s. And then at the other forward spot, I had Julius Randle. I thought him and Brunson obviously were key to the Knicks turning it back around and getting into a high playoff spot once again. Randle was exceptional, all-star again once again this year. I believe he was at 25 and 9 or 25 and 10,
All right, around there.
5 assists.
Yep.
So he was leading the charge for that Knicks team along with Brunson.
Mhm.
And then at center, because I have Embiid as the MVP, I have Jokic as the center for second team.
You can't put both of them in the first team. Didn't they do that last year?
They did. They cheated last year though, because these guys are centers for sure.
They live with Jokic a forward.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I ain't mad. They deserve first team. So
If Jokic wins MVP, then he'd be first team in my book. I think they're interchangeable, him and Embiid.
I'm looking at the guys that are left here.
Should be able to guess who's in the first team.
No, I can.
Okay.
It's just again. Well, actually, I'll say it as we align it. So go ahead and say your first team.
So at the guard spots, I got Steph.
I figured that.
I got Shea.
I figured that. Now stop again. So again, to our point about Luka and Dame and their teams being first team talent individually, but not having first team level results. Steph and that that's more so about Shea, but Steph kind of in the way was low in the rankings all season long as well.
Got the solidified playoff spot though, and neither of them in the playoffs.
But because they got in, even with Shea still playing for in a game tonight, I believe that was enough to give them to be enough for a first team still.
For me personally, yes, and I think Shea. It was really tough between those 4 guys. I think all of them are first team level, but in the end, I did give it to more of the team success, with Shea being a 31 5-5 efficient guy leading that Thunder team. Yeah, Yeah, I had to get because like that Thunder team, while they are talented, like it's
Yeah.
a lot of young guys. Like Dame was in like a similar spot in Portland, and he has a couple of veterans with him there too. I know they dealt with some injuries as well, but I think Shea with comparable level of talent, we expected Dame to be in the playoffs this
Right.
year. So
Right.
I think I had to give Shea a little bit of the edge there. And Steph, I mean, they didn't have Wiggins for the longest time. They were terrible on the road,
Mm-hmm.
but Steph once again was at 29, 6 and 5, and efficient as hell. 43% from three, 50% from the field. I mean, like without Steph, they're not even sniffing the playoffs, and they got the solidified 6 seed. So
Where do you rank arm sleeve Steph amongst the all-time great player accessories?
I mean, I like arm sleeve Steph. He's tough. He's tough.
It's a
For
good
sure.
look.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's
But
up
yeah,
there.
I hear what you're saying, and I'm cool with stamping that for right now. Who else do you have? I can figure, but just to officially say,
yeah, Tatum at forward. Exceptional year. Giannis at forward, and then Embiid.
I'm cool with that. My only issue is all this hype about Austin Reaves all year, and he ain't a game.
Come on, man. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. This is shameless.
all this hype about
God.
Austin Reaves.
No one said he was all NBA. Come on now. He's a good young player. I mean, he had what a 36, close to a 40 ball this year, which that shocked even me. He's been really good down the stretch for the Lakers, especially when LeBron was out, being more of the playmaker, ball handler, facilitator. But no, he's. I don't think he's ever going to be on an All NBA team in his career. He can be a very solid role player.
Thank you for your honesty. Just want to clarify that for the other blinded Laker fans right now who are just in love with Austin Reaves and all he does. Back to what we already have for the real teams right now.
I'll say who else I considered. Harden. He didn't quite have the scoring chops as some of the other guards. That's what kind of hurt him a little bit. His assist numbers are close to 11. Anthony Edwards, I slightly considered for third team at the forward spot, but Jaylen Brown's numbers were a little bit better, and they had the team success as well too.
Correct.
Brandon Ingram was sensational to end the year. He missed a lot of time though, and they just missed the playoffs.
Kind of to your point about again Luka and Dame and the team's tanking and all of that. That doesn't hold any more weight to you in regards to Laurie, who got I think was hurt as well. But his team also tanked the whole second half of the season.
That doesn't hurt me with Laurie. I believe he was still a 26-10 guy, dominant throughout the season.
Sure.
Probably the MIP. My vote for MIP.
Correct.
Yeah, I think he was definitively better than Jimmy and a little bit more available than Jimmy was this year too, as far as like the forward spots. I would say AD was a better individual player, but he missed a lot of time.
Right.
And I think AD only qualifies at the center spot too. And KD missed a lot of time. So if those guys didn't miss time, KD would be in there. But I think Laurie earned that third team nod this year. You could take Austin Reaves out there.
I'm putting all these guys in this category down here.
Oh, you're putting everybody? Okay.
Yeah, for the rest of them, just to have them in there.
Okay.
Any thoughts about any of these last guys? Rudy, BI, any of the Bulls guys, DeMar and Zach?
Rudy shouldn't sniff an All-NBA team. Kawhi, if he played the whole season like he played the last few months of the year, he'd be on an All-NBA team. He's been really great for the Clippers down the stretch. Siakam, good numbers, not great team success. Obviously, we just saw them get bounced by the Bulls.
Sure.
Trae Young, inefficient season. One of the leaders in assists. I think, like Harden, I think close to 10, 11 assists.
Right.
But he's only shooting like 42% from the field and low 30s from three. They have a shot to make the playoffs, which is kind of surprising to me. But I don't think Trey deserves an All NBA nod this year. Kyrie, you could have an argument for in the third team spot, but I felt like Donovan Mitchell deserved a nod with the Cavaliers playing as well as they did. He had the 71-point game this year. He's at 28, 4 and 4. He's got solid numbers himself. So I had to give Donovan the nod. But Kyrie was great this year as well. I don't think Dallas failures was because of them trading for him. I think like it wasn't because of him as an individual player, because they traded away some of their defensive players to get him. So yeah, I think I'm open to any pushback you have on any.
The only thing I look at a little bit more as I sit here and listen to you and just look at this more again, I would, and you're gonna laugh because of course it's this guy, but De'Aaron Fox over Ja.
That's why I was really debating.
I think with him also being the guy that was one of the clutch guy of the year for that award that they're coming out with. I'm having this team was at the 3 seed, though they're right below Memphis. Ja missing the games that he did. I think there's enough room in there with De'Aaron playing a majority of the season to say that he deserves that spot more than Ja did this year. So, like you say, it's a little bit humorous because I've said what I've said about the Kings all year long and have high hopes for them in this playoffs. But no, I think even beyond that, trying to put by the side, even still acknowledging this player, I think De'Aaron deserves that spot over Ja this season.
Yeah, he was at 25, 6 and 4, and Ja was at 26, 8 and 6. So I just gave them a little bit of the nod there, but it was a hard debate for me between those 4 guards in the third and fourth team because I thought Brunson deserved a little bit of love too, with how he played.
He did.
But yeah, I'd be fine with De'Aaron Fox being there instead of Ja, but that's how it shook out for me.
I'll add this in too. I guess on with the news coming out today of further things going on with Ja off the court, the stuff like that play its part as well when you're looking at all NBA teams for guys that may have had some other issues going on
off the court shenanigans. It might play a part for the actual voters. Like I could see that definitely factoring into their decision making process. And with the success of the Kings, they've been a really fun story, and they've been really fun to watch this year. And he's been the clutch player of the year, Fox. So I could definitely see him getting a third team nod for sure. I think he's going to get love. So yeah, I think it may definitely factor in some of the off court stuff for Ja for sure.
Yeah, De'Aaron versus Ja has been a debate since they got into the league. Ja separated for a while, and the noise silenced, but De'Aaron has fought back, has made a valiant turn to make that debate real again, and he very well may have this year caught him and passed him at least for a moment. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, that's really my only other thing. Besides that, I'm cool with how this plays out. I think all those are cool. All those are understood, even with some of the teams, some of those guys not having full team success, the individual talent, which this award is supposed to be based upon. These guys individually all shined all year long and deserve to be in the spots that they're put in. So, yeah, I'm cool with this. We don't fully care about LOL you thought, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit further and cut some of them guys out so we fully see these top three.
Austin Reeves in the graphic.
Yeah. Sorry, but yeah, I'm very cool with these 4. These three and a fake fourth being seen as is. So to read it out for the pocket listeners that still be out there. First,
just flip KD and AD. Just because AD is the center there.
Yeah. Okay. So to read it out, our fake fourth team for guys that are just outside of the official All NBA teams. We got Brunson and De'Aaron Fox at the guards. We have Jimmy Butler and KD at the forwards, and Anthony Davis at the center spot. For the third team, the first real team, the All NBA teams, twisted up. But Ja Morant and Donovan Mitchell as the guards there, Lauri Markkanen and Jaylen Brown as the forwards, and Domantas Sabonis as the center there. For the second team, we got Luka Doncic, Dame as the guards, LeBron and Julius Randle as the forwards, with Jokic as the center. And then for our first team, the top guys in the league this year, we got Steph Curry and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as the guards, Jason Tatum and Giannis as the forwards, and Embiid, who we both actually agree. I agree with you as the season ended. We both agree that Embiid is the MVP.
You almost said Giannis.
Yeah, he's been saying he technically could be the MVP for that 5 years.
He really could. Yeah.
But Embiid this year finally gets that award, and with that gets the first team nod as well over Jokic. So yeah, very fun things here. Really enjoy how this played out. We'd love to see how y'all put your teams together and all of that. Yeah, a few guys that on the board that we should see how they may do in the playoffs and all of that. And we'll talk more about the actual playoffs in a moment. We're going to jump more into that shortly. But yeah, very great stuff here. There's a lot of fun things to go about. So tell us where the guys should have been in the mix. Any guys who left out. And yeah, anything else you want to add, Alec, go ahead.
And shout out Julius. You thought it was a little fake run that he had a couple seasons ago when he balled out.
I thought it was contract times. He locked in to get his bag, but he stuck around. So we will see, though. My biggest thing with him, as great as he was, as great as he is, and has redeemed himself in, my biggest thing was how he does in the playoffs. I thought
he laid an egg in that playoffs.
A guy that leaves this team as great as he does in the regular season can't be a guy that will get this team to a championship. So if he makes a strong push this season, then I'll fully bow down. But yeah, definitely either way, still salute to him for a few seasons now of great basketball. So yeah, good stuff there. And yeah, excited for what's next with everything here and beyond. So as I said, we'll get more into the playoffs and all of that shortly. A lot of fun things to discuss with all of that. And yeah, that's it for right now. I appreciate y'all for tuning in yet again. It's your boy G and Alec here. Section 300. Make sure you like, rate, review, subscribe, comment, share, post, tell your friends. However you gotta do it. Appreciate all the love, and we'll sure to return the favor there. So we'll see y'all again shortly, man. We out here for the moment. Peace.
Deuces.
RIP to OG.